News with your host, Joe Garner.
Good morning, Memphis, and welcome to our internet listeners and our podcast listeners across the 50 states. You're on Real Estate Mortgage Shop. Today is August 1st, 2026, and you can connect with me for your mortgage, whether you're buying a home or refinancing in the Mid-South or anywhere in the country, at jogarner.com. I would love to get a chance to work with you. Our general topic, like the wise farmer, you can't control seasons, but look how others are preparing for a great harvest in real estate. Even though our family, when I was growing up, we lived in the suburbs, but we farmed on the weekend a few miles away at my grandparents' place. And my parents and my grandparents, they taught us, the joy and pride of hard work and a job well done. We learned about the whims of weather and how to pivot to creative methods to save crops and, of course, the hay. It was always about to rain before we brought the hay in. The scripture from Ecclesiastes comes to mind, and it says, "To everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven." Well, that is definitely true in farming and in real estate. But before you feel too sorry for me having to work so hard as a child, I have to confess that after lunch, our parents let my sister and I, when we were little, they let us go play with our ponies, and I had a little lean-to hide out in the woods. I mean, life really wasn't that bad. But, farmers understand something that applies perfectly to today's real estate market. They can't control the rain. They can't control drought. They can't control crop prices. Yet, year after year, successful farmers continue to prosper because they prepare, they plant, adapt, and eventually harvest. Today's housing market works much the same way. We can't control mortgage rates. We can't control inflation or economic headlines, but we can make smart decisions that position us for long-term success. We can put people around us who really know and can help us avoid pitfalls, can help direct us and guide us with good information. And we have somebody like that. In the studio today, we have Alan McCool, our expert appraiser from Stephenson and Associates. He's back in the studio. Alan, you have seen decades of seasons with our Mid-South real estate market. You have a lot of wisdom, like the farmer does, on where home values and some details, where the home values are, and some details on the types of transactions that you see trending, especially in the Mid-South. Please take a moment, introduce yourself and to our new listeners, and talk about some of the types of appraisal services you offer at Stephenson and Associates.
Well, thanks so much, Joe. It's great to be here again. Yes, we love to take care of real estate problems. We like to find the solutions. The solutions always involve a value. We value residential real estate, and we do that for lenders. Mm-hmm. We do it for individuals. We do it for attorneys. And there are a lot of situations. Estates are being planned. Estates are being settled. But individuals need to know the square footage of their property. They call us for that as well. We love to do it all. We've been doing it a long time.
What kind of services do you offer?
Well, we are involved in lending quite a bit. And so people refinancing, people purchasing homes, people getting home equities, the lender needs to know the value for that. So we do that.
And we can't assign you because under the lending laws, we have to go through a HUD-approved third-party agency to assign appraisers.
That's right.
But you also do other types of appraisals.
Yes, individuals call us for, sometimes someone inherits a property and this one sibling wants the property, wants to move in it. They may move into it right away without permission. and suddenly everyone needs to know, what was that worth before that happened?
Right.
So we do that. We go back in time and look at what the comparable said at the time. We even take into account what's happened to the property, because sometimes they'll do improvements. They'll go ahead and start working on it. Mm-hmm. So we can untangle that for that purpose.
And you also, I'm sure you run into situations with divorces and estates and investors who pay cash. They need to know.
Right. Sometimes an investor is just going to pull the money out of their own pocket or a line of credit that they already have, but they'd like to know some comfort of a third party that's not involved in the transaction, that's used to evaluating the market and what does he or she think of the value.
Yes, a third party. You don't have a dog in the hunt, so to speak.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
That's our whole reason to exist.
How do we contact you?
You can call us at the office, 901-763-2100.
Okay. Well, you know, the mortgage market, like the stock and bond markets, are like Memphis weather.
Okay.
And you know how
agree.
Memphis weather is if you live in Memphis. It's up one day, down the next. And this week, the Federal Reserve decided to keep their rates steady. But the bond market, which drives mortgage rates, disagreed with the Fed and made some other moves. And we have been seeing several knee-jerk reactions in the price of mortgage rates, largely based on the price of oil, though. Since mortgage rates are back like they were a year ago, which is still pretty good, they're in the mid to upper sixes, where they had gotten up in the low eights, back in 23. So we're still good, but they are back where they were about a year ago. This has actually presented some excellent opportunities for home buyers, especially first-time home buyers who they're coming out ahead because sellers, there's not multiple offers on every property they go to look at. So sellers are willing to pay more closing costs for them, maybe do some repairs for them. And that is key if you're trying to get in for nothing down.
Exactly. It's so helpful if you have some negotiating room and you're not trying to fight off the other buyers. Seller might be willing to pay those closing costs for you.
That's
Very
right.
helpful.
That's right. And when mortgage rates are low, buyers have to compete with other buyers clamoring to buy the same house. That pushes home prices up too. But, other people that are getting a mortgage, other people get a mortgage and they leave the closing table with plenty of bragging rights. And these are the homeowners who refinance their home and include in that loan some very high interest rate credit card debt. I mean, that is... Back in the day, you were paying maybe 12% on a credit card. Now it's 20 to 30%.
It's amazing.
And they refinance, they roll all that into a single-digit interest rate, fixed rate. Then we work on how to prepay the mortgage early. Those are winners. Other mortgage customers making winning smart moves in this economy are what I call Stephanie step-ups. Okay, what is a Stephanie step-up? Well, if you can't afford the big house that you want today, buy a smaller home. And you can sell it later, take the profit, and use that to move up to your bigger forever home. Here's another one. Hard Money Harry. This is an investor. He's buying for investment property. He gets a hard money loan from a private lender to buy a fixer-upper home, and it funds the price and the renovation of the home. But it's very expensive, so he wants me to refinance him. As soon as the repairs are done, we refinance, pay off the high interest rate hard money loan, and we do a cash-out refinance or just a rate term refinance and get him his money back. Here's another one, Frankie, first-time home buyer. This is the person who is tired of paying rent and ready to forge their own better future. Okay, Frankie has okay credit, but not a lot of money to put down. Frankie qualifies for a fixed rate government-backed loan with some down payment assistance. And every time Frankie makes a mortgage payment, he's building equity and wealth by owning his own home instead of renting. Stay tuned for more ideas and some moves to make and mistakes to avoid that we'll be covering later in the show. What do you want to accomplish with your mortgage? I can help. I want to help. Connect with me at jogarner.com. But Alan, we have a few minutes. Let's go ahead and get started on some of your good information.
Thanks so much. I love the theme of today, talking about not being able to control the outside environment, but you can control yourself. Think for the future.
That's right.
Look for small things that you can do that prepare yourself for what you want to achieve down the road. And I came across a concept called the plateau of latent potential. And this has been popularized by author James Clear in his book, Atomic Habits.
I love that book. Yes.
Yes, it's a wonderful book. And you and I see people who have found great results because of what they've done over the years
Right.
preceding.
Their habits.
And so it just fascinates me to think about what do they have to do to get there, because you can't just walk in and say, okay, I'm ready, I'm going to jump in. Although you have some great shortcuts. If you need down payment, you've got solutions for a lot of people. So
Right.
that's one thing. But every day you need to be, the bottom line is put a little money away. And the hard part is it's very disappointing at first. It's called the valley of disappointment when you're beginning. You're putting this little bit of money away, and you're not getting that latte that you wanted today. And the growth doesn't seem very much at first. In fact, it's not.
Right, at first.
Because if you graph it, there's a sagging line, and we'll talk more about this when we come back. But the line escalates in the later part of it.
Later down the road, if several months down the road, you look back and you go, "Wow, I'm really making progress. I'm setting up these habits that are going to help me become who I want to be." Right?
Exactly right. And so take pleasure in the habits and the job well done of getting the work done.
Alan McCool is an appraiser with Stephenson and Associates. How do we contact you, sir?
Our office is 901-763-2100.
You're on Real Estate Mortgage Shop. I'm your host, Joe Garner. I'm a mortgage loan officer. What do you want to accomplish with your mortgage on a home purchase or refinance? Connect with me at jogarner.com. Coming back, we're going to have Gay Young of EXP Realty. She is a fabulous realtor who can truly help you. Stay tuned. It's going to be great. See you guys back in just a moment. Real Estate Mortgage Shop provides general information, not an offer to lend. Joe Garner, Talk Shop Real Estate Mortgage Shop, does not endorse 100% of the information covered on Real Estate Mortgage Shop. Consult with your certified advisors before acting on any information given on Real Estate Mortgage Shop. Joe Garner is a licensed mortgage loan officer, NMLS 757308, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Hi, I'm Rob Drawn.
And I'm Shelley Rothman of Griffin, Clift, Everton, and Mashmeyer Law Firm in Memphis, Tennessee.
You're listening to Real Estate Mortgage Shop.
And now back to your host, Joe Garner.
Okay, it's comic query time. You probably already know the answer to these, but hey, we're going to ask them anyway. And I have riddle number one. Why did the Scarecrow win the top farming award?
I have lived to answer this question because he was outstanding in his field.
You are too good. You're too good. Okay, Alan, you got one for me, I think.
I've got a good one. A farmer digs a hole 3 feet deep. Now, pay attention to the math. 2 feet wide and 2 feet long to plant a tree. How much dirt? How much dirt is in the hole?
None. Oh. It's a hole, so the dirt's gone.
Man.
What a question from an appraiser. He's going to do the math here. Well, today on Real Estate Mortgage Shop, we're talking about, like the wise farmer, you can't control seasons, but look how others are preparing for a great harvest in real estate. I'm your host, Joe Garner. I'm a mortgage loan officer for your home purchase or a mortgage refinance that you can brag about. I can help you. We can find the right mortgage product and make the process easy on a traditional mortgage, special program, or an outside-of-the-box mortgage program, too. Connect with me. You can call or text 901-482-0354. That's 901-482-0354. We have Alan McCool. He's an appraiser with Stephenson and Associates in the house. How do we contact you, Alan?
901-763-2100.
Well, it's time for Talk Shop, our tip from some of our professionals. And Talk Shop is one of our major sponsors. They offer free networking and education to anyone interested in real estate or in business. Talk Shop is made possible by the financial support of its sponsors and advertisers. For more about Talk Shop, go to talkshoppe.com. But for our Talk Shop business tip today, we have longtime Mid-South realtor and broker Gay Young of EXP Realtors. And Gay Young is, your real estate is your passion. Your focus is giving the best service to the people you help with buying a home, selling a home, and you're also a mentor to many other real estate professionals too. Gay Young of EXP Realty, what's our Talk Shop tip today?
Joe, thank you for having me on Talk Shop today, and I'm thrilled to be here and would love to be able to help the listeners that you have in your podcast and radio show. Tip of the day, well, I guess talking about farming, what is this market like? That's what I get. The question of the day. What's this market like? What's real estate in Memphis? The answer is it's very hyper-local.
Right.
So
Very true.
You need to have your numbers. You need to understand where you're going to be looking is not the same as where someone else is looking numbers-wise. You need to be prepared with your lender before you go looking at homes to understand what's going to be included in your payments, what this means for you long-term, what can you do, because you're going to find the house you love and you need to be ready to make that offer. So this market is very much hyper-local in that some are getting multiple offers and some of the homes out there are just sitting.
And we want to hear more from you, Gay Young of EXP Realty. How do we contact you, Gay?
You can call EXP Realty, Gay Young, 901-581-6118.
Hang out with us and be part of the conversation. We're going to pivot back to Alan McCool. He's an appraiser with Stephenson and Associates. And you got going good there earlier. Let's keep going, Alan.
Will do. That was such a great point you made, Gay, there about the hyper-local, characteristics. But getting back to what we were speaking about earlier, we see the results of long years of habits. And for example, we might see a transaction where someone has owned a home for 10 years and now has a sizable equity that they're going to use to create a large enough down payment, keep their next monthly outlay reasonable as they sell that home and purchase a larger home.
Right.
And now the growth that they've been experiencing continues even faster.
Mm-hmm.
So at the beginning, the gains are small. They may fluctuate.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to we expect a straight line, but that's not what happens. It's a curve. So the early years are the hard part as far as your expectations.
Where you don't see as much gain in the beginning, but it's later that starts multiplying.
Exactly. And a person may not be there yet as far as purchasing the home. They may be in the pre-period where they're renting, but the key is getting ready. Every day putting money away for when they can have that down payment and get started to get past that first part in the curve. It's a great time to start your atomic habits. Concentrate on the discipline of saving and get your pleasure from that.
Yeah, really. That's a great point.
Become a saver. Become that person to create the future that you want. And one of the ways that people do that is set up a system, not a goal system, but a habit tracker.
Right, yes.
A journal. Today I did this. It could be for anything. You could be learning a musical instrument.
Mm-hmm.
You sit down there, today I practiced scales or whatever I'm doing, a new shape, a new pattern, and I got just a little bit better on that.
Mm-hmm.
It's so little, but it adds up. Next time you're going to really have down the road there are breakthroughs. But you've got to get through those opening parts.
So be encouraged and set up some good habits. If you want to own a home, you want to own 40 homes, you can get there. And I believe you can do anything you want in life if you own enough real estate, you bought it right, and you maintain it. But look, you're on Real Estate Mortgage Shop, and we're so glad you're here with us. I'm your host, Joe Garner. I'm a mortgage loan officer. Connect with me for your home purchase or refinance at jogarner.com. We've got Alan McCool of Stephenson and Associates in the house. And Alan, how's the best way to contact you?
Our office number is 901-763-2100.
And Gay Young of EXP Realty has joined us. We're so glad to have you and your expertise. Gay, how do we contact you?
You can call 901-581-6118.
Okay, well, thank you for hanging out with us. And I just want to say that if you haven't done this already and you're not driving at the moment, connect with us at jogarner.com and click the subscribe button. You'll get our podcast, show notes, pictures, and more every week. So in your email box, and you can click and listen and learn. And also, we want to hear from you. What topics are you interested in hearing? Any suggestions you have to make us your number one real estate show. I'm Joe Garner, and we're talking about like the wise farmer. You can't control seasons, but look how others are preparing for a great harvest in real estate. When we come back, I'm going to be sharing some stories of what moves to make and what mistakes to avoid. We'll see you guys back in just a moment.
Hey, Joe, in your book, Choosing the Best Mortgage, the Quickest Way to the Life You Want, you talk about when it's a good time to refinance a mortgage. So, when is a great time?
It's when it financially makes sense. And today, people are refinancing their mortgages to eliminate double-digit interest rates on their credit cards. Some are getting mortgages out of someone else's name. Some are just pulling cash out for other reasons.
For those strategies and more, order the book today on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. You'll be glad you did.
Hi, I'm Pat Goldstein, realtor with Crowlike. I listen to the Real Estate Mortgage Shop in Memphis and North Mississippi.
Okay, it's time to play Did You Know? There is one thing I want you to know. This music is written and produced by Alan McCool, who's sitting right here in the studio. And I love his music, even before he started being on Real Estate Mortgage Shop. And you can hear more of it at alanmccool.com.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so did you know, let's see if you can guess before we do, the question, what is the name of this well-known farm in the Memphis area?
Hint number 1. One of the nation's largest urban parks was originally a massive, self-sustaining working prison and penal farm envisioned by political boss E.H. Crump in 1918. Started in 1929, the county began operating the large agricultural penal farm as an alternative to the collapsed convict lease system.
Another hint.
So interesting. What is that?
Hint number 2. Self-sustaining operations. Incarcerated individuals worked in the massive acreage, raising prize-winning cattle and hogs and growing heavy crop yields. The food grown on the farm fed the inmates indirectly, and surplus sales generated profit for the local county government. Operations wound down by the 1960s, and today it's a park. What is the name of this park today?
I have a guess. Shelby Farms. What a beautiful place.
It is. It's a great
Amazing.
place.
I didn't know all that.
Thank
so
you
neat.
for playing Did You Know? Today on Real Estate Mortgage Shop, we're talking about like the wise farmer. You can't control seasons, but look how others are preparing for a great harvest in real estate. I'm your host, Joe Garner. I'm a mortgage loan officer. I can help you with a traditional mortgage, special program, outside of the box stuff, whatever works best to give you bragging rights. And I work in the Mid-South and all over the United States. Connect with me at jogarner.com. Alan McCool, he's an appraiser with Stephenson and Associates. And how do we contact you, Alan?
901-763-2100.
We've got Gay Young with EXP Realty in the house. How do we contact you, Gay?
You can call 901-581-6118.
Okay, so for those of you who want to make the right decision, I want to cover with you some ideas on moves to make and mistakes to avoid. And I'm sure everybody in this studio already knows some of this and more. Number 1, save yourself the heartache of finding a home to buy that you can't live without before you calculate how much you can comfortably afford, because you got to know how much you can afford before you run out and start finding houses, right?
So true. So important.
You alluded to that earlier, Gay. But, yeah.
Had someone very disappointed this week, a buyer on one of my listings. He had not gone through all the steps of his loan process and could not present a pre-approval letter with the offer. And we went into multiple offers. He lost it.
Oh, see, that's what you want to avoid. But here's a way to avoid that heartache. Before, and this, Alan, this just segs so well what you were saying about setting up good habits to do the things you want to do in life. Instead of
Right.
setting a goal, just set up the habits and follow those habits to become the person who achieves those goals.
Exactly. Yeah.
Here's what I would say from the mortgage desk. Set aside 3 hours in the afternoon. You're like, man, 3 hours. Yeah. Load up some tunes on your mix and YouTube and hit the play button. Take 6 months of your bank statements, your credit card statements, your pay stubs, and go through and look and see where are you spending money and categorize them into rent or groceries or car expenses, blah, blah, blah. Go ahead and write them out as you're going through the transactions. You are going to be shocked at how much money you spend on stuff you don't even need. So that's where you can go in and trim. And don't give up the joy of life. You can also substitute things that you like for things that don't cost as much or that you can barter or things like that. You're going to be so proud of yourself. But that's going to make more room for a house note to buy the house you love. Number 2, don't empty your pockets or your bank accounts to buy a home. How much money can you pay down on a home purchase and still leave enough money in your emergency fund? There are down payment assistance. There are 100% loans out there that can help you do that. Take some extra time. I take some extra time with my mortgage customer, and I have that on my list. Take that extra time to explore other products that can lower your closing cost, even lower your payment per month. One size does not fit all. Number 4, can you close the loan by the contract date? Well, we have a very good track record of closing on time. I think Gay can attest to that. She's worked with me. Number 5, what funds do you need to pay up front? Well, most of the time people get an inspection. That's about, how much is that, Gay?
Well, it's gone up. It's like everything else, about $450.
About $450 now? Mm-hmm. Okay. And then normally you're going to pay for an appraisal. That can be on your credit card or you can pay cash, but you're going to pay for an appraisal. So be in earnest money. You're going to have earnest money, right, that you need to pay to make a contract on something.
It's your skin in the game.
It's your skin in the game. All right. And find out, are you getting a fixed rate mortgage or an adjustable rate? And if it's adjustable, we need to find out what those safety caps are first before you move forward with that. Number 7, will your credit score prevent you from getting a better mortgage rate? There may be some quick, easy steps that you can take that don't cost a lot of money to help you with that, to make your mortgage terms even better. What documents do you need to get to me as your mortgage officer? And I've got a list of those, and you can scan these income docs, and I can show you easy peasy, cheap ways to get these documents. It only takes a few minutes to upload those. So we'll get you fully pre-approved, to Gay's point, so that when you make that offer, you've got a pre-approved letter and a lot of clout with the seller. But, I would say another mistake to avoid is not reading the details on the loan application or not checking for accuracy. I actually had a couple that made this mistake. It was a while back. But they didn't, the wife was busy. The husband they were working 2 different shifts, and she did not get her husband on the phone or on I have an online loan application, but that particular night they were doing it over the phone. That's how they wanted to do it. Well, the husband wasn't there, so she gave me all his information and all of her information. I sent them the loan application online to review and click to e-sign. The husband was busy. He just clicked. Where do I click? Click, click, click. He never looked at anything. Long story short, we got all the way to the closing table only to determine that it wasn't his right name that she gave us. She'd been married to him for 15 years and gave the wrong name. She put junior on there, and he is not a junior. So guess what? The title company realized it, and we realized it on the day of closing when he got ready to sign the papers and said, "That's not my name." And the wife said, "Well, honey, I thought you were a junior. Everybody calls you junior in your family." And he goes, "Yeah, but I'm not a junior." So we had to repull credit.
They called him junior.
Yeah, they called him junior. And so anyway, pay attention to the accuracy of the loan application, because we don't want to have to repull credit at the very end. All right, here's another one. You need to buy your new house, but you can't sell your current home first. Well, There are all kinds of solutions for that. A couple came to me with a contract to buy their dream home, but they shared with me that they plan to retire in a couple of years. Okay, so they're making good money now. They didn't have a large enough down payment to get the mortgage payment low enough so that in 2 or 3 years when they retired, the payment would be low because they didn't have the money because they can't sell their current home yet. Have you had that situation, right, Gay?
This is a great market for sellers considering the option of taking an offer contingent upon you selling your home.
Right.
Waiting until the market is crazy, the interest rates drop, or whatever you're waiting on, that can keep you from having that option.
Okay, so they were like, Joe, we need our payment to be really low from when we retire, but right now we can't put enough money down to get there. How are we going to do this? There's a number of ways. Number one is a recast option. We could do that. And that means that after you sell your house within the next year or two, you can take that extra, all that big equity, put it down as a prepayment on the principal, and the mortgage company will redo your payment. Not your rate, but your payment, and drop it considerably. Or we could do an adjustable rate that adjusts every year. Before that scares you, we can actually go out 5 years, 10 years, worst case scenario, and you might be surprised. Depending on how much extra money you're putting down, it may keep your payment lower every year. But these are just a few tools. Connect with me for your mortgage, and I will spend the time to help tailor this mortgage to you. jogarner.com. But right now, I want to say thank you for listening to Real Estate Mortgage Shop, and we've got Alan McCool with Stephenson and Associates in the house. How do we contact you, Alan?
You can call our office at 901-763-2100.
We have Gay Young of EXP Realty. She's a great realtor and a mentor to others. How do we contact you, Gay?
You can call me pretty much anytime at 901-581-6118.
Okay, well, make your plan. Let's work your plan. If the deal works for you today, let's do it today. That's what we say on Real Estate Mortgage Shop. And let's look at your financing. Let's see what you need to do to make those habits to get you where you want to be. Connect with me for your mortgage, jogarner.com. When we come back, we've got some more good real estate tips. And subscribe. Get our weekly podcast show notes at jogarner. We'll see you guys back in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Silvana Pierare, realtor with EXP Realty in Tennessee and Mississippi. You are listening to Real Estate Mortgage Shop. Now back to your host, Joe Garner.
For insights and inspiration today, I have a story. It's called Preparing for the Harvest. Born into slavery during the Civil War, this young man grew up poor and fascinated by plants. Later, when years of cotton farming had exhausted the soil across the South, farmers faced financial disaster. This clever man taught the farmers to rotate crops by planting peanuts and sweet potatoes, which restored the soil's health. But when farmers produced more peanuts than they could sell, he didn't stop there. He created hundreds of new uses for peanuts and sweet potatoes, opening new markets that helped save thousands of farms. George Washington Carver's story teaches us that while we can't control every season of life, preparation, innovation, and perseverance can turn today's challenges into tomorrow's harvest. His life reminds us that success isn't about controlling circumstances. It's about responding wisely to them. Is it in your heart to own your own home? Is it in your heart to grow enough wealth so that you can finally experience the adventures on your bucket list? You may be thinking, yes, I want to own my own home, but it seems like too much to do and too long to do it. Contact me today for your mortgage. Tell me what you want to do on your home purchase or refinance. We can look for just the right mortgage program to make your journey easier. Plus, you will have me and our mortgage team to walk with you on your real estate journey. Contact me today. Call or text me 901-482-0354. That's 901-482-0354. 0354. Today on Real Estate Mortgage Shop, we're talking about, like the wise farmer, you can't control seasons, but look how others are preparing for a great harvest in real estate. I'm your host, Joe Garner. I'm a mortgage officer. Connect with me and do it. You can do it today, 901-482-0354 or jogarner.com. And we have other professionals right here in the studio who are well-known, great reputations. We have Alan McCool. He's an appraiser with Stephenson and Associates. How do we contact you, Alan?
Our office is 901-763-2100.
And we have Gay Young. She is a realtor with EXP, and I think in Tennessee and Mississippi.
Tennessee and Mississippi. My husband, Steve Young, also does commercial.
Oh, that's great.
Tennessee and Mississippi. So
Well, how do we contact both of you?
901-581-6118.
And how do we contact Steve for commercial?
901-581-6114.
All right. Good plug in there for Steve Young.
Very good.
All right. It's time to do something we like to do every week. The real estate tip of the week. Gay Young, I believe you have a good tip for us.
My tip is about the value of relationships. If you are serious about buying a house or selling a house right now, and you're waiting for the opportune time, you're already late. You need to strategize with your team. Your team, first of all, needs a real estate agent who knows the market, been in the market a long time, knows the numbers. You also need a good lender, and you need to strategize about what kind of loan, and you need to be prepared with those two things before you go look at homes. But also those other members of the team that you're going to be working with. You can't do this alone. The appraiser, the attorney, and your home inspectors.
Good tip. You got a tip, Alan?
That's a great tip. My tip involves, if you're a seller and you need to know your square footage, get a current measurement of that square footage. Have a professional do it. An appraiser is the best one to do it. That's what we do all the time. The reason being, things change. Your house may have changed, but also regulations on what is square footage may have changed.
Like the knee walls upstairs.
Exactly.
You have to have how much space between the ceiling and the floor to count that particular area?
Yeah, the ceiling has to be at least 7 feet high in the center, but if it slants down, the portion past 5 feet in height is not counted.
Right. All right. I've seen people make that mistake before.
Yeah.
Very good tip. Well, I want to recognize our sponsors. Talk Shop is one of our big sponsors, and they give free education and networking every Wednesday, online and in person. And they meet Wednesdays at 9 o'clock a.m. Central at the Clark Tower, 5100 Poplar Avenue, 8th floor. Our Talk Shop location sponsor currently is Ben Hunter. He's an outstanding financial professional with Independent Planning Group. But our upcoming location sponsor, Talk Shop, will be moving. We're so happy that our new location sponsor is the One City Church, and they're at 120 Northeast Yates Road in Memphis, and they will be hosting us at the end of August and ongoing. And they are a church where the people are committed to proving love works to Memphis and beyond. So stay tuned for the new Talk Shop locations. We want to thank our Talk Shop sponsors, but I also want to tell you, come on Wednesday, August 5th, 2026 at 9 a.m. Winston Gash of Optum Solutions will be presenting simple and safe ways to use artificial intelligence for the best return in your business. So don't miss August 5th, 9 o'clock for Talk Shop. Thank you to retired U.S. Navy Line Commander Peggy Lau of Viago Travel for your contributions to our business and real estate community with your Talk Shop sponsorship. Do you dream of taking first-class vacations with people you love, but you don't want to have to pay the full price for it? Peggy can show you how to spend less and live more. Want to know how? Call Peggy Lau, 901-289-0747. Thank you to Christine Wood of Opus Elegant Senior Living Memory Care for your Talk Shop sponsorship and for supporting our local health and wellness businesses. If you are looking for the right place for your loved one needing expert memory care, contact Christine Wood, Opus Elegant Senior Living, 901-587-7100. I've got a quick quote from the Quote Corner, and this is from Pinterest. To plant something is to believe in tomorrow.
What a great inspiration there.
Anything else you guys want to add? Okay, so over here thinking.
Good time to be buying and selling real estate. And if you have any questions, you've got our numbers.
Yes, you do. You've got the team here. We'll help you and show you some moves you can make and some mistakes you can avoid, right?
That's right. Call us. We don't have to always get a fee or a transaction out of it. We like to answer questions.
That's right. Alan McCool, you're an appraiser with Stephenson and Associates. How do we contact you?
901-763-2100.
And I'm Joe Garner. I'm a mortgage officer, and I'd love to be on your home buying or refinancing journey. It just brings me so much joy to help you find the right product and make that process easy. jogarner.com. Gay Young, she's a realtor with EXP Realty in Tennessee and in Mississippi. How do we contact you, Gay?
Love helping people find their home, sell their home, and you can contact me 901-581-6118.
We love hanging out with you, our listeners. Connect with us every week. You can sign up, and at jogarner.com, we'll send you our podcast show notes, pictures. Stay in touch at jogarner.com. Have a great weekend, and do those habits that Alan talked about.
Right. Get those habits going.
We'll see you guys back next week.